Hi all, Bones here from BSA Bantams. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my workshop. In this episode, yes it is, we've had a hell of a frost this morning and it's as cold as buggery at the moment. In this episode we are going to do the pull down on my Sellicks Beach race bike and see what the carnage was and have a look inside the engine and everything like that. So we've taken a little bit of a break from the Z250 Kawasaki. And the reason for that was Justy's working full time and he wanted to have a look when we pulled the engine down. So he's just inside getting us a cuppa, and we've just started just taking the air filter off, and we'll take you through the process of getting everything out, up on the bench, pulled apart, and we'll have a look. So I've just taken the CDI stator off, air filter. We'll drop the carby off, disconnect clutch cable, chain's already off, and we'll get the engine out and we'll get it up onto the bench. So one of the issues we had when we were at Sellicks Beach, or especially in the last race, something's happened with the relationship between the kickstarter quadrant and the clutch. So I don't know whether you're going to be able to pick it up, but if you pull down the kickstarter, you might have just heard the engine. But when you push back up, it's still rotating the engine. So there is something drastically wrong in there. But we'll find out soon enough. Just dropping that carby off at the moment and should give us a bit of room to get the engine out. Try and squeeze in. Got it?
What way are you going? Your side?
Your side. Yep. Got it?
Yep.
So it's out of the bike, time to pull it down. I think what we'll do first is take the primary cover off because all our problems are in there, but preceding that, I'm going to go over the wash bay. I'm going to give this a wash. It's got sand everywhere. In fact, I'll just pull the whole thing down and just start from scratch, I think. I'm just looking at all the sand in here. Look at the sand in.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I'm just looking in at the clutch scroll. It's just chockers full of sand from the beach, but we'll get into it. Stay there. We might get us up on the stand actually. So you probably won't be able to pick that up on the camera. We're just draining the oil out through the primary and the oil looks fantastic. So I seriously expected to be a bit more potentially burn up than that, but we'll get this primary cover off. Try and do it now. Just get my fingernails in there, work this out. Here we go. Oh yeah, have a look in there.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe I might have spoken too soon. So look at yeah, I don't think we're going to have much of a clutch left in that. But anyway, we will see. Drain all this out. Yeah, look at that. Yep. Yeah, she's had a bit of a hiding. Rightio.
Well, the spring's not broken.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm just going to grab a spanner. Let's put it on here. Take the plug out. Well, that's interesting. That that kick started when it was coming back up. was engaging that. I can tell you there's not much left in the way of clutch plates in here too. Anyway, we'll get pulling it down and we'll show you what we find. Yeah, good one, Just. So Justice is just dropping the primary chain off. You can see if that clutch setup looks different. It is, because it's an 8-spring clutch set. And we're just about to get the clutch spring compressor on, and we'll drop out our clutch plates and see what's left of them. So we're just releasing the pressure on all the clutch springs now. We've got all the clutch retaining stuff off. See if I can lift all this out in one piece. I can. There you go, Just. And I'm genuinely surprised those clutch plates aren't in too bad a nick. They're worn though. Look how much they're worn down.
Mm. No massive colour in that either.
Yeah, righto. There's no huge colour in that either. Yeah, so our Kickstarter ratchets seized onto the actual clutch basket, so those clutch plates have had a fair time. They look pretty warm from when we put them in, but that's only to be expected because we were horrendously punishing these clutches. Oh, that's had a bit of temperature in it.
Mm.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Right, we found our problem. Oh, look at that in there.
Yeah.
So we're just looking. I don't know whether you can pick it up on camera. I think that's about as close. But this is at a fair bit of temperature in here. You can see the colour discoloration. But the other thing too is that the kickstart ratchet has jammed out. I'd say it's seized onto here due to temperature, so it's completely locked up.
Main shaft looks good.
Yes, main shaft. We were concerned whether we'd got a bit of temperature in the main shaft, but that looks all right. But that's the reason why. That's the reason why the kickstart sort of stayed engaged. So we'll get this apart and see what the carnage is in here. So I'll just adjust the camera up a bit. So we've got our clutch basket off, and I don't know whether you can see that in there, but the actual ratchet's ridden up on the sprag, and it's lock solid. I cannot move that at all. It's just welded itself on. So we'll have a go at trying to separate it. I don't like our chances, but then we'll be able to have a look. I want to see any heat discoloration inside. So we know it transmitted a fair bit of heat, but yeah, it looks a little bit discoloured in there, and so does this inside bush here. I wish I probably would try and get some light so you can see that. But this is where our problems lay. Okay, let's lift the head off. Ooh, that looks fantastic. Geez, that's actually burning pretty clean. That plug colour's spot on. So I'll just, this is the head after we've pulled it out, and it looks fantastic. It's burning pretty clean. If anything, it's just a fraction lean, and I thought I might have had it. I thought I might have had it a bit rich, so that'll be interesting when we go and have a play. You can see the corrosion already starting up around here on the machine surfaces, so that's to be expected running it in salt water. But we'll have a look at the bore now. We'll just crank this around, and that looks sensational. Little torch there, just, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's perfect.
Mm.
And even the wash on the piston looks pretty good. I'm looking at this one here.
Yeah.
Which is where I wanted to sort of aim it. I'll just try and bring it in and just have a look at the top of this piston, see if we can get it on there. Sorry about moving the camera. Justin will wind it over, but that piston looks really, really good. I'm really happy. Bore looks good. Yep. So that side of things is sorry about moving you around. It's just easier. So that side of things looking really good. We'll get the barrel off in a sec. We've got to undo the two barrel screws, lift the barrel off, check our big end, keep going on the teardown. I'm going to pull it all the way down, give it a full clean, because there's sand everywhere that requires disassembly. So, and then we'll cogitate. We'll have a think about what we're going to do to fix it. But anyway, let's keep going and stop waffling. Two screws on the other side. And lock wire. Yeah, I'll grab some side cutters. Rightio, we're just about to lift the barrel off now, or I already half have, but I'm just having a quick look. So it looks pretty good. Probably need just the lightest of light hones, but yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, this barrel is going to be modified again, so that's part of the reason for pulling the engine down. Check our rod. No, there's nothing in that, absolutely nothing. No, and you'd expect it. It was a brand new rod. There is plenty of oil on the crank, which is a good sign. And obviously I'm running enough and I want it oily. People say, well, what ratio do you run? Well, I run 25:1. Now, some people might say on a race bike, well, you know, that's probably too much. However, I don't run fully synthetic, and there's reasons, and I won't go into them. My personal preference. I'm not about to get into an argument with people about what oil mix ratio is or should be. However, I've always run 25:1, and the reason is that, especially at a place like Sellicks, you're running flat out, snap off the throttle to wind off speed, so you're starving your bottom end. I'd much rather have it oily and lubrication the bottom end for two reasons. Oh, well, oil in the engine for two reasons. One, to lubricate your bottom end when you've got your throttle shut off. And the second one is I like it a bit oilier because it helps seal the rings and stops wear. So on these things, you know, you might get a little bit of a horsepower gain. I'd rather err on the side of sort of guaranteeing the integrity of the engine rather than running it to its ragged limit. So that's why I do it. Anyway, we'll get through and we'll get these cases apart now, out of the stand. Justy's just gone in to make us a brew. And we'll get this engine apart and we'll start cleaning, which is going to take a bit. Righto, so doing a bit of handheld, but some of the faults that have turned up, this lay shaft bush is loose. I'm not too worried about that because I can machine another one up with bigger diameter, press fit that back in. So that's all right. Our barrel obviously over here, and as I said before, that's still in really good condition. There's no worries there. We do have a couple of minor corrosion issues on things. This is your the distance piece for the your gear, output gear for your sprocket. Now, if you think that's different to a standard Bantam one, it is, and the reason for that is it's a lot thinner. So if I was to decide to go down to something like a 13-2 sprocket, your chain won't hit this. So I've actually made these and made that as well. So we'll just get a bit of this corrosion off, give it a polish. That's not too bad. Obviously we've got our I'm going to try and get it into a light so if you can potentially see the gap where my thumb is, and there's no gap where my other fingers are. So this thing's actually locked up and just cocked off on the side. So that there's no way known we can get that apart. It's had a fair bit of heat around this edge here. So new clutch basket, well, another clutch basket required to repair that. As you can see, it's pretty grubby inside. So we will give all this a clean. We'll scrape off all our gasket surfaces, give it all a clean, packed in a tub that's around here somewhere, not that one. Here's another one of these tubs. So once everything's clean, I'll put it back in and I'll do some mods. Now there's a couple of mods I want to do. One is to shorten the inlet track length on the barrel. Obviously do that bush there. There's a clutch mod that I'm going to do, and have a look at gearing. So anyway, all in all, I'm actually pretty happy. It could have been a lot worse, and everything's fixable. So I've got probably 3 or 4 hours worth of cleaning. You can see the sand underneath the bottom of the engine there, still caked there. Things like your clutch scroll and where your output gear is, there was sand and that around there. So we'll get all that sand cleaned out. So once I scrape the gasket surfaces off, it will be, I'll wash it in Kero, get it all nice and clean. But anyway, so that's about it for this video, which probably be obviously a short and sweet one, but I thought you might like to see, you know, how the engine turned up out after Sellicks Beach. There's a couple of worrying corrosion spots, which is going to drive us to pull Justin's bike down. We won't do a video on that. It's no different to what this is. And we'll get that one cleaned up and, you know, oiled, preservation oiled, until we carry out the mods and build my engine and then test my engine, and that'll determine how we go about doing Justin's bike. So, from me and Justin, who's over there having a brew. So from Justin and I at BSA Bantams, as I said before, hope you enjoyed this video. Hit like or subscribe, which would be a good one, and we'll see you later.